wonder what the internet would look like if, it was built for the creators first? I mean, really think about that. A digital world where the power isn't in the hands of these giant platforms, but with the people who are actually making the stuff we love. Yeah, a whole new economy, right? One built on real incentives, where every like, every comment, every share you make has actual value. And that value, it goes straight back to the creators you want to support. No middleman.
Well, that vision, it's not just some pipe dream. It's the whole idea behind a blockchain project that's been trying to crack this exact problem for a while now.
But of course, that brings up the billion-dollar question, doesn't it? Is a great idea really enough to take on the tech giants, the titans of social media? Let's dig into the data and see what the real story is. All right, so let's get into it. Before we can even talk about its potential, we got to understand what Contentos is at its core. So, at its heart, Contentos isn't just another crypto token. No, it's aiming to be something bigger, like the foundational layer, the actual plumbing for a whole new wave of social apps built on Web3 ideas. And that mission, it really boils down to 4 key things. First up, decentralize the whole system, so no single company is calling all the shots. Second, make sure creators get paid directly, period. Third, give everyone a verifiable, secure digital ID. And finally, the big one, become the go-to place for building social dApps, decentralized apps. So that's the grand vision. It sounds pretty good, right? But now let's bring things back down to earth and look at the hard data. Where does this project actually stand today in 2026? Okay, so as of 2026, we're talking a price that's just a tiny fraction of a penny. The market cap, it's sitting somewhere between $5 and $6 million. And with more than half of its total supply out there, these numbers put Contentos squarely in what we call the micro-cap category. It's a small fish in a very big pond. Now, this is where the story gets really interesting. Just look at the difference here. You've got the all-time high way back in 2019 at about 8.5 cents, and then you have today's price. I mean, that is a huge contrast. This wasn't just a little dip. It tells the story of a massive speculative run-up and then a really, really long, tough correction. And to put a number on it, it's trading more than 98% below that peak. Let that sink in. That one number really hammers home the huge challenge, but also maybe the long journey that's ahead for this project and its community. So with those kinds of numbers, you have to ask, what's the plan? What's the team doing about it? When you're in a spot like this, you need a rock-solid strategy. So let's see what their path forward looks like. Now, to be fair, the project has hit some major milestones. They launched the blockchain, they rolled out tools for creators, they got listed on big exchanges, and they built a global community. But even with that foundation in place, that huge challenge of getting massive adoption, well, it's still there. So, for 2026, their focus is laser sharp. It's all about building and growing. They're trying to expand their DApp ecosystem, upgrade the network's tech, plug into more Web3 tools, and this is the big one, drive real user adoption. And how do you do that? By making the COS token actually useful inside their world. And really, that's the key takeaway here. For Contentos, the days of riding pure hype are over. Its future value isn't going to come from speculation anymore. It's now completely tied to one thing. Can it get real people to use its apps and find real value there? It's all about adoption now. Which naturally brings us to what the future might hold. With any microcap project, especially one trying to make a comeback like this, you absolutely have to look at the risks just as closely as the potential rewards. And let's be clear, the risks are pretty significant. You've got extreme price volatility because it's a microcap. Its success depends entirely on its own little ecosystem growing. It's up against these massive tech giants, and it's at the mercy of the wider crypto market trends. So at the end of the day, everything, and I mean everything, hinges on creating real-world use. So what's the best case scenario? Well, in a perfect world, their strategy pays off. The apps built on Contentos actually take off. Users start flooding in, and the value of the whole network grows right alongside its real-world usefulness. Then there's the middle-of-the-road outcome. This is about survival, not world domination. Contentos finds its little corner of the internet, its niche. It keeps a small but loyal and stable group of users. It doesn't exactly change the world, but it hangs on and becomes a valued piece of the decentralized web. And then, of course, you have the negative scenario. If they just can't get those new users in the door, the project could just slowly fade away. It would lose its relevance, and its value would likely just drift down over time. But when you zoom out, the story of Contentos isn't really just about one token. It's kind of a test case for a much bigger question, a question about the future of the internet itself. I mean, is the world actually ready for decentralized social media? Can a project like this really shake up the current system? Or is that future still a long, long way off? The path Contentos takes from here, well, it just might give us a few clues. And of course, we've got to say it, this explainer is just for informational and educational purposes. It is absolutely not financial advice. The crypto market is wild and unpredictable, so please always do your own research.